We've been here before, I know, but you guys love a good transaxle Porsche. And when I was offered the chance to drive a fresh build, historic race car version of the 924, there was only ever going to be one answer to that. This is a car though with a big job to do to recapture the true essence of club motor racing. But I won't be lighting it up on any racetracks. You see, that racing car is road legal. And that's kind of the point. In the 1970s, if you were a club racing driver, chances are your race car was also your road car. The car you picked up the kids from school in, the car you went shopping in, because you probably couldn't afford a trailer and a tow car and a car for the daily drive. Racing was life, and there's at least one race series still out there today living that dream. The 70s Roadsports Championship from the historic Sports Car Club caters for sports cars and coupes from the 1970s. Modifications to the car are kept to a minimum and in period, creating a vibrant paddock and close racing. As well as cars like this 924, Datsuns, De Tomasos, Lotuses and Renault Alpines can be found racing wheel to wheel at some of the UK's most iconic racetracks and at some pretty special race events too, including the prestigious Gold Cup at Alton Park and the Brands Hatch Super Prix. And when the racing's done, the drivers climb back into their race car, strap their helmet and their trophy into the passenger seat and drive it home. All of the cars in the championship have to be road legal, but there's an incentive for leaving the trailer at home. If you drive your car to the race, you're awarded extra championship points. It's how club racing should be, and there are very few things cooler on this planet than a road legal racing car. It's fitting that the driver of this particular car should pick a 924 to take on one of the most accessible historic racing series. After all, this car's mission was to make the Porsche brand more accessible to everyday motorists. Gavin Johnson used to campaign this very car in the Toyo Tyres Porsche Championship, taking the title in 2018. Ahead of the switch to historics, this 2-litre example has undergone a fresh build by Lincolnshire-based team PDC Racing, with Gavin crediting fellow racers Jason Wood and Pip Hammond as the geniuses behind his championship-winning performance. And what a job Jason Wood and his team have done. This car feels ever so special. It's tight, the engine feels strong, and given their experience in setting up racing cars successfully for many championships, I have no doubt that it will do the business on the track. But there's somewhere else that this team will also be doing the business, and it's what makes this racing car so special. The classroom. En route to races, the team will be visiting a local school with the car, inspiring the next generation of racers, mechanics, engineers, and motorsport enthusiasts. In fact, the team's sponsor, RS Components, is also central to this part of the story, providing STEM resources for schools and colleges. It's a national initiative designed to connect companies and professionals in the world of engineering with young people in the classroom, promoting careers in maths, science, and engineering. RS Components has over 150 STEM volunteers giving up their time in classrooms all over the UK. When I was a kid getting into motorsport, I used to be really starry-eyed about road legal race and rally cars. There was something exciting about the fact that these beasts could come into contact with members of the public, spreading the gospel of racing. Before I drove this car, I couldn't think of anything cooler than climbing back into your hot race car after a race and driving home in it. Now though, I can.
By the time this Porsche 924 lines up on the grid for its first ever race, it will already have done one of the most important things a race car can do. Driven to inspire.